In this video, I will show you how you can use up your leftover Shiny Happy cotton yarn and Billie Jean yarn to make 3 different styles of friendship bracelets. Firstly, you've got the 4-strand round braid. Then there's the 6-strand flat braid. And finally, you've got the spiral knot braid. And all of these are really easy and really great for using up your leftover scraps. Let's get started. So we're going to begin with the 4-strand round braid. So to start that, you need to cut 2 strands, which are each 200 centimetres long, and then fold those 2 strands so that you've got 4 strands to work with. So to begin, tie a knot loosely in your strands, and this part will form the bit which you tie your friendship bracelet onto your wrist with, so you can decide how long you want it to be. So make a knot, just a really basic knot, like so. And you only need this just to start off your braid. You can untie it once you've done a few repeats of the braid, because it looks a bit ugly. So, now that you've done that, the next step is to space out your 4 strands so they resemble a cross. So kind of something like that, if you just ignore those ends. You kind of got a cross there. So you need to think of your strands as A, B, C and D. So take strand A and fold it down over strand B. Like so. Then take strand B and fold it over strands A and strand C, so you're crossing it over to the left. Like so. And then take strand C and cross it up so that it passes over strand B and strand D. And your final step is to take strand D and pass it through this loop here. Like so. So before you pull your strands tight, it will look something like this. And then take all 4 of your strands and gently pull on them to tighten up that knot. Like so. So it's quite difficult to see after the first repeat, but you'll end up with sort of a little square from where you've tightened off your strands. So you just keep repeating those steps over and over again until your braid is your required length, but let's see those steps once more. So arrange your strands in a cross. And remember A, B, C, D. Take A and fold it down over B. Then take B over to the left, folding it over the top of A and C, like so. Take C and fold it up over B and D. And then finally take strand D and take it through this loop here. Take hold of your 4 strands and gently pull on them to tighten up that knot. So just keep repeating those sequences over and over again, and already at this point you can undo your initial knot, which makes the start of your braid look a lot nicer, a lot neater. You don't need it there anymore. So yeah, that's how you make a friendship bracelet, which is the 4-strand braid, and it will look something like this. So let's get started on the next braid, and that's the 6-strand flat braid. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make the flat 6-strand braid, which is this one, in case you'd forgotten. So begin by cutting 3 strands which are each 130 centimetres long. Lay each of your strands vertically, like so. And now it'll probably help if you knot your strands together near the top. So I would separate off one strand, which is folded in half. So you're effectively working with 6 strands. And then knot it around your other strands. Like so. That will just keep the top of your friendship bracelet nice and secure. And to make things even easier with working this braid, I'd recommend sticking it down. So just a bit of sellotape should work fine. So begin by spreading out your 6 strands evenly so they're nice and clear and easy to see. So you can clearly see your 6 strands. So find the 2 central strands and pass the left strand over the right, like so. Now take the left centre strand and pass it over the strand to the left of it. So left centre strand over here, and then take the right centre strand and pass it under the strand to the right of it, like so. Now find the 2 new strands in the centre. Pass the left strand over the right, like so. Now take the 2 outer strands, and you're going to take these to the centre by passing them over the next strand and under the next strand. So over, then under, over, then under. And then find the 2 new strands in the centre and pass the left strand over the right, like so. So that was just kind of your setup sequence. So you need to gently pull on your strands to tighten that off. So that the top of your braid is nice and neat. Just got to do it quite gently. And that's why the sellotape helps to have it secured down. So now you're just going to repeat those last 2 steps of the sequence to continue working your 6-strand braid. So find the 2 outer strands and then pass them over and then under. So this is the other outer one. Over, then under. And then, as these are now the 2 strands in the centre, pass the left over the right. So yeah, those are the 2 steps you're going to keep repeating. So gently pull on your strands to tighten it off. And then let's see that one more time so you're completely clear as to how to make this style of friendship bracelet. So with your 2 outer strands, take them to the centre by passing them over and then under the next 2 strands. So that's over and under, and then over and under, and then pass the left strand over the right strand to complete that repeat. And then gently pull on your strands to neaten the braid up. And this is quite a quick braid, so it's great if you want to make lots of them, and they're really fun to make. So yeah, if you just keep repeating those steps, before too long you'll have something that looks like this. And now let's see the 3rd and final friendship braid, the spiral knot braid. So to begin the spiral knot braid, cut 3 strands which are each 150 centimetres long. So once you've done that, as with the 6-strand braid, it's a good idea to secure the start of your friendship bracelet by taking one of the folded strands and knotting it around the other two, like so, and then this keeps it nice and secure. So now that top is secure, and again, as with the 6-strand braid, it's a great idea to tape down the top of your braid, and that just makes things a lot easier. So this braid is kind of like the classic friendship bracelet hair braidy braid, and it's like a twisting spiral, and it's really great to play around with different colours. Here we've done our stripes evenly, but you could maybe do like one bar of one colour and then like mix up the thicknesses to create something really unique. So begin by taking one of the strands on the left and then lay it over the other strands to form this loop here, and then take the strand again and pass it underneath the group of the other strands and up through like so, and then pull it tight. And so the key with this one is really pulling that knot tight. It makes the bracelet a lot neater. So let's repeat that again. Make this loop and then take your strand underneath all the other strands through the loop and then pull it tight. And for our friendship bracelet, we repeated this step 10 times for each bar of colour. So I'll do one bar and then show you how you can change to another colour. So just keep repeating, making that loop and then bringing the strand up through the loop so it's wrapped around the other strands, making this secure twisting braid. So this is number 4. So there you go, I think that's about 10. I mean, like I said before, it doesn't matter how many repeats you do, it's completely up to you. So now you can just take another colour and repeat those steps in exactly the same way. So crossing the strand over and then under the other strands and pulling it tight. And then that way you can introduce in a new stripe of colour. So there you have it. That's how to make the spiral knot braid, and if you keep repeating those steps, you'll end up with something like this.